What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are building this stunning, modern digital wallet Android app using Kotlin and XML. I mean, just look at how clean and beautiful this user interface is. We will start by setting up the top dashboard. You've got your user profile, notification bells, and that big, bold account balance. Below that, we'll design these floating action buttons for deposit, pay bill, and transfer. We want them to look soft and clickable. Now, pay attention to this middle section. We're creating a visually appealing Refer Friends promotional card with some cool custom illustrations. Next up is the transaction history. We will build a custom recycler view for this list. If you look closely at the logic, our Kotlin adapter automatically checks the transaction amount. Positive deposits get a green arrow and green text, while outgoing transfers, well, they turn red. We're using a simple data class and a vertical layout manager to keep the scrolling buttery smooth. But here is the ultimate cheat code for today's tutorial. We are not going to type all of this XML and boilerplate code from scratch. We are going to use the Gemini Agent integrated directly inside Android Studio. That's right. I will show you exactly how to write the perfect prompt so the Gemini Agent understands your design and generates the layouts and logic for you. Now, honestly, writing out all these detailed prompts, adjusting the XML and debugging can sometimes feel a bit exhausting. So if you don't feel like typing the prompts yourself, or you just want to download the complete, ready-to-run source code for this entire project right now, head over and join the channel membership. It is the best way to support the channel, and it saves you a ton of time. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on our weekly Android tutorials. Let's dive into the code. While we build this fintech app today, you can easily add live video support to it later on your own, using Zego Cloud. You can easily sign up for a free account. Just enter your basic details to set up your developer profile in their admin console. And the best part? You instantly get 10,000 free minutes to test your application. Inside the dashboard, click on Create Project and select Voice and Video Call. We will start with their UI kits, which allows you to embed interactive scenarios with less than 10 lines of code. Give your project a name, and let Zego Cloud configure the backend infrastructure. Next, simply select Android as your platform. Here is the fun part. You can customize the user interface and toggle features like screen sharing or premium face beautification directly from the dashboard. Check out the link in the description to learn how to integrate this into your own projects later. All right, let's get this show on the road. First things first, let me show you my setup. I am currently rocking the Android Studio Otter 3 feature drop. It's super fast and packed with those cool AI tools. Okay, let's just close this out and hit New Project. Now guys, pay very close attention right here. In these newer versions of Android Studio, if you select Empty Activity, it automatically sets you up with Jetpack Compose. But today, we are building our UI with good old Kotlin and XML. So, you actually want to scroll down just a bit and select Empty Views Activity. That is the secret sauce for getting our XML layouts ready to go. Let's hit Next. Now go ahead and give your application an awesome name, double-check your package name, and pick a save location on your drive where you won't lose it. For the minimum SDK, API 24 is totally fine for our needs today. Oh, and make sure your build configuration language is set to Kotlin DSL, since that is the recommended standard. Once you have got all that filled out, go ahead and smash that Finish button and let Android Studio do its magic. Some superpowers. We are going to bring in a beautiful custom bottom navigation library. Over here in the project panel, let's open up the build Gradle KTS file for our app module. Scroll all the way down to the Dependencies block, and we are going to drop in this line. Implementation for the chip navigation bar version 1.4.0. Now, listen up, guys. At the time I am recording this video, version 1.4.0 is the latest and greatest. But depending on when you are watching this in the future, there might be a newer version available. If there is, definitely feel free to use the updated version. Next up, because this specific library is hosted on Jetpack, we need to tell Android Studio exactly where to find it. Let's jump over to the settings.gradle file. Inside your repositories block, just add this line, Maven, and set the URL to jetpack.io. Finally, the most important step. Smash that Sync Now button right up here at the top right and let Gradle do its thing. Once that sync is successful, we are fully locked and loaded to start building our awesome UI. All right, guys, moving right along, it is time to make our app actually look good by bringing in our custom design assets. Now, before you start stressing out about where to get all of these cute icons and images, don't worry, I have got you covered. I have uploaded all of these resources directly to my GitHub. You can download the whole pack completely for free. Just check out the link down in the video description, or grab it from the pinned comment below. Once you have downloaded and extracted that zip file, you are going to see a bunch of drawable folders, like HDPI, MDPI, and so on. Just go ahead and highlight all of those folders, right-click, and hit Copy. Next, jump back into Android Studio. Open up your Res directory on the left side. Simply right-click on your drawable folder, hit Paste, and boom! All of our beautiful UI graphics are locked in and ready to roll. Now for the absolute best part of this tutorial. We are going to let AI do the heavy lifting for us. Right here is the detailed prompt I have written. It tells Gemini exactly how to build our layout, what colors to use, and where to place those drawables we just imported. Now, if you are looking at this giant wall of text and thinking, nope, I am definitely not typing all of that, I honestly don't blame you. If you want to skip the typing, just hit that Join button and become a channel member. You will get instant access to copy and paste all of my prompts. Plus, you can download the complete source code for this entire project. All right, let's highlight this whole thing and copy it to our clipboard. Jump back into Android Studio, and we are going to open up the Gemini Agent panel right over here. Go ahead and paste that prompt straight into the chat box. Hit that Submit button, and let's watch the magic happen. And there it goes! The agent is actively thinking and writing out all of our XML layouts and Kotlin logic. Now, in real time. Generating this entire screen took about 4 minutes because we asked for a lot of details. But I'm going to fast forward this part for you guys, so we don't just sit here staring at a loading screen. While it is writing the code, I want to quickly point out something super important. For this tutorial, we are actually using the Gemini 3.1 Pro model. This specific version is an absolute beast. It has an incredible context window, which means it perfectly understands the relationship between our UI design and the back-end logic. Just a quick pro tip for you guys when building apps with AI. Treat the Gemini Agent like your highly caffeinated coding buddy. It is amazing at doing the heavy lifting and writing out hundreds of lines of boilerplate code in minutes. But remember, you are still the lead developer. You should always quickly review the code it generates to make sure it perfectly matches your vision. All right, it looks like the generation is wrapping up. The speed is back to normal. Let's take a look at this beautiful code it just built for us. And just like that, the agent has magically applied all the generated code directly into our project files. Let's go ahead and close out this Gemini tab so we have some more screen real estate to work with. Now, open up your activity_main XML file. Let's hit that split or preview button in the top right corner to see what we are working with. Oh man, would you look at that? The UI is looking incredibly sharp right out of the gate. Everything, from the colors to the bottom navigation, is perfectly placed. But you know, seeing it in the preview is one thing. Actually playing with it is the real test. Let's go up here, smash that green Run button, and fire up our emulator. It is building. And moment of truth. There we go. The app is running perfectly smooth on our virtual device. The scrolling feels great, and the layout looks exactly like our original design. All right, the design looks absolutely gorgeous, but how does it actually work under the hood? Let's jump into the next section and take a close-up deep dive into the source code we just generated. All right, guys, welcome to the final stretch. The app is looking absolutely stunning, but now it is time to look under the hood and understand exactly how this code works. Let's kick things off with the easiest part, our model. Open up the transaction.kt file. As you can see, this is just a standard, super clean Kotlin data class. We are simply defining the structure of our data with 3 properties: a title for the transaction name, a date string, and a price stored as a double. That is it. Simple and effective. Next up, let's jump into our main activity. The first thing to notice here is that we are utilizing view binding. It completely replaces the old findViewById method and makes our code way more robust. Inside our onCreate method, after setting up the binding, we are creating a dummy list of transactions. We've got some deposits, like our salary, and some expenses, like paying for Amazon AWS. Right below that, we are grabbing our transaction view, which is our recycler view from the XML. We assign it a vertical linear layout manager, and then pass our dummy data directly into our custom transaction adapter. Speaking of the adapter, let's open that up, because this is where the real magic happens. In our transaction adapter class, we are again leveraging view binding inside our view holder. If you scroll down to the onBindViewHolder function, this is where we actually populate our UI elements. We are grabbing the specific item based on its position and assigning the title, date, and price to our text views. But check out this awesome logic right here. We have a simple if-else statement checking the price. If the transaction price is greater than or equal to 0, meaning it is an income, boom, we dynamically set the image resource to our green arrow, change the background to light green, and use context compat to make the text color dark green. But if the price is negative, meaning we spent money, it triggers the else block. It swaps the icon to the red arrow, changes the background to light red, and makes the text completely red. It is a super elegant way to handle dynamic UI updates. Now, look guys, I know typing out all this boilerplate code, setting up the adapters, and getting the logic perfectly right can be a huge headache. Seriously, nobody likes debugging typos. So, if you want to skip all that hassle, just hit that join button and become a channel member. You will get instant access to the exact Gemini prompts I used. Plus, you can download this entire project's source code in one click. The link is right down there in the video description and also in the pinned comment. Do not forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you want to see built next. Peace out.